Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Thursday the 19th of October. A stark warning from Five Eyes spy bosses about a sharp rise in foreign spies targeting ordinary people. The heads of the New Zealand, Australian, American, Canadian and British spy agencies have appeared together in an unprecedented media conference in California. New Zealand SIS Director General Andrew Hampton warning our open economy makes us vulnerable to industrial espionage. British MI5 boss Ken McCullum has revealed that more than 20,000 Brits have been approached overtly online by Chinese spies.
Obfuscated, masked approaches on professional networking sites to people in the UK who have information our adversaries seek.
Revelations: an 18-year-old struck by a freight train at Darfield in Canterbury yesterday was listening to music and dancing down train tracks. Sean Reynolds died when he was hit by the loaded train about 7 yesterday morning. His family and friends have revealed in online posts he was listening to music, enjoying life and his early start to the day when he was hit. Police say investigations are ongoing. National is hitting back at criticism of its gang policies. A mongrel mob president claims it will rip families apart. Police spokesperson Mark Mitchell says gangs know that the party is serious about going after them. He doesn't think it will hurt families, but says it's up to gang members to make a change.
The best way, if the gangs want to avoid any of those sorts of situations from arising, leave the gang. Stop being part of a criminal organisation.
Natural gas players say they're making good progress in cutting back on emissions. New figures released by the sector show natural gas and LPG emissions have fallen 27% in 11 years. Overall supply fell just 10% over the same period. The overall emissions intensity of these fuels has fallen 18%. Energy Resources Aotearoa Chief Executive John Carnegie says the figures show the country's emissions trading scheme is working.
With the right regulatory framework, the private sector will get on and reduce emissions because they will face the incentive to become more carbon efficient.
The young driver jailed for killing 5 mates in a car crash at Washdyke near Timaru has been released with a number of conditions. Tyrese Fleming, now 21, was driving on a restricted licence and had been drinking. An uncertain situation in the Middle East. At least 500 people died in yesterday's airstrike on a Gaza hospital, which Hamas is blaming on an Israeli strike, and Israel and Western nations are blaming on a rocket from a Palestinian militant group. It comes as US President Joe Biden is in Tel Aviv for meetings with Israeli leaders. Anglican missions have been working closely with the hospital, and spokesperson Mark Mitchell says much of the situation on the ground remains unknown.
My understanding is that many hospitals, including Al Ahli, are sheltering people because they believe that they're safe there from the ongoing conflict. Obviously, that has proven not to be the case.
To sport, Brazilian footballer Neymar will be sidelined for months after rupturing his anterior cruciate ligament and tearing the meniscus in his left knee during a World Cup qualifying loss to Uruguay. World number 2 tennis player Carlos Alcaraz has pulled out of this month's Swiss Indoors Championships because of an inflammation on the sole of his left foot and tender glutes. And New Zealand are tied for 10th at 5 under par, 4 strokes off the pace after the opening round of the Eisenhower Trophy Amateur Golf World Championship. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.